So if you have certain mastery over your pranic body, then 100% your life and your destiny will be in your control. So that is the importance of the pranic body. That is the criticality of the pranic body. But unfortunately, this is something which is felt and experienced by very few people in the world. Let's say you have a mobile phone. So if you want to use this mobile phone at its best, then it is very important for you to understand that what are the functions of mobile, what are the features of mobile, what are the capacity of this mobile, and different aspects of this mobile, what can they do in terms of their utilization. So it is very important in your life that if you want to use anything in your life, it's better to know in its depth, because the better you know about something, better you can use it. So same thing happens with your human mechanism. When you are born as a human being, when you have your desires, when you have your dreams, when you have things that you want to achieve in your life, it is very important that you understand how this human mechanism is built. Then only you would be able to use it at its full potential, at its full capacity, and produce the results that you want to produce. So in this video, we will talk about the 5 different layers of the human mechanism, how a human mechanism is built, what are the different natures of those layers, what are the different functions of those layers, and what are the possibilities and the limitations, so that in your life you can realize that what are the capacities which are there within you, you can harness them, you can use them and make your things into the reality. So these 5 different layers, the most superficial layer, which is called as in yogic sciences, is food body or the physical body. When I say physical body, when you were there in your mother's womb, at that time when you were, let's say, conceived, so from that moment, unless you were there in your mother's womb, whatever your mother was eating, whatever your mother was drinking, whatever the kinds of thoughts and emotions that she was generating, based upon that your body got developed gradually. And even after you were born, you started eating different kind of things, you started drinking different kind of things, and then you gradually developed this body. Initially you were small, you were just like a drop, and then you became a little more bigger and little more bigger, and today you are the way you are. So this is called as food body or the physical body. This is very gross in nature. This is something which can be easily felt. This can be something which can easily touched and hold, and you have a very strong sense of your body. That is why you can feel it. So this is number 1, which is called as physical body or food body. The second thing, which is called as mind body. This mind body does not generally means that it is there just in your brain. When there is a mind, it's like this human body is made up of billions and trillions of different cells. These cells coming together and form this human mechanism. So it's not just that the memory is here in the brain. Memory is there in every cell of the human system. It has its own intelligence, it has its own capacity, it has its own mind, and it works in its own way. Because when I say memory, memory is not just something that since you have been born and you have been influenced by different kind of people, you have been influenced by different kind of books and the teachers. Not just that memory. When I say memory, means it is even the genetic memory which are being transmitted from the fourth generations, like that. Whatever the behavior aspects and the attitudinal aspects which are there in your parents, in your mother, in your father, even your grandfather, in your grandmother, they are being transmitted in terms of memories, and that is why who you are, you are. For example, if you look at 3 different newborn babies, they all are different in their nature, they all are different in their behaviors, in their attitudes, in their capacities, because they have genetic memories, they have karmic memory, they have articulated memories, they have inarticulated memories, all kinds of memories which are being transmitted into the human system. Even there is a evolutionary memory. That is why who you are is right now you are, because there has been an investment of the memories from the evolution process of the human being. So this memory is not just here in the brain, it's every cell in the body which carries memory. So this is called as mind body, or the software of the body. The third one, which is called as pranic body, or the energy body. Now this is little complicated to understand. Why it is little complicated to understand? Because if you look at your life, at least 90 to 95% of the people on the planet mostly experience only these two bodies, their physical body and their psychological body. A part of these things, they do not feel anything. They can feel their physical body, they can feel their mind, they can feel their emotions, they can feel their thoughts, but beyond that there is no other experience. So that is why it is very critical to understand the pranic body. We'll just take a simple example. Let's say right now here is a laptop, or there is a mobile. So this mobile has a physical body which is made up of different, let's say, metals. Either it is plastic, or it is steel, or it is glass, or whatever. So this is called as physical body of the mobile. Same is with the human mechanism, physical body or the food body. Then there is something called mental body, which is there called software into the mobile or the laptop. This software is made up of the different kind of memories which is there in the system. It has its own kinds of, I would say, memory. You give different kinds of commands and then this software operates and do the different things. Same things happen with the human system. Memory body is there. But when it comes to the pranic body or the energy body, let's say this laptop is there, this hardware is there, this software is there, but without electricity, this laptop cannot operate. Same happens with the human system. Even if you have a perfect body, even if you have a perfect mind, but if your prana or your energy body is not functioning well within the human system, you would not be able to experience the life that you should experience. Why am I saying? Because in the yogic sciences, it's like this. If you have certain mastery of your physical body, almost 15 to 20% of your life and your destiny will be in your control. If you have certain mastery over your mental body or the mind, almost 45 to 50% of your life and your destiny will be in your hands. But if you have certain mastery over your life energies, if you can experience it, if you can feel it, and if you can use it the way you want, not accidentally the way it is happening into the system. So if you have certain mastery over your pranic body, then 100% your life and your destiny will be in your control. So that is the importance of the pranic body. That is the criticality of the pranic body. But unfortunately, this is something which is felt and experienced by very few people in the world, simply because they have not done different kind of work that it takes to experience, to make it exuberant, to make it alive, and to make it into the utilization. I'll give you a very simple example to understand how pranic body functions into a human system. Let's say when you were born. When you were born, let's say from the age of, when you were born until the age of 12, you were not much concerned about your physicality, you were not much concerned about your psychology, because not much of the cerebral activity were happening in your brain, not too much of the information was there in your brain. At that time, you were so enthusiastic, you were so excited about small things, you were so happy, you were so excited. These things were happening because at that time your pranic flow was there at its best in your system. But as you gradually becomes older and older, you will realize in your life that your joy, your happiness, your excitement, your interest, your passion, your, I would say, agility about anything in your life reduces drastically. It happens simply because as you gradually become older and older, your cerebral activity becomes more, your mind becomes more dominant, your body becomes more dominant, you start feeling sexuality, you start feeling pain, you start feeling different kind of diseases that you may be developing in your body, and then you have too much of the noise which is going in your brain all the time. So if you are 100% all the time living your food body, all the time living your mind body, feeling it all the time, then finding expression to the energy body becomes less. And when your energy body does not find expression within you, gradually you will see that even if you have everything in your life, even if you have a perfect body, even if you have a perfect mind, if you have a perfect surroundings, you have big car, big house and everything, but still you are not being able to be as joyful as you were there in your childhood. So that is very, very important of the pranic body. So to make your pranic body exuberant and alive, there are different processes into the yogic sciences. Either it's yoga or it's meditation, or different kind of yogic practices are there which are majorly focusing only on to rise your energy level, because as your energy level rises, your aliveness will rise. Maybe not your bank balance will rise, but your aliveness will rise. Let me tell you one thing, that even if you have everything that you wanted in your life, but if you are not happy, if you're not feeling joyful, if you're not feeling loving, if you're not feeling compassionate, then there's no meaning of whatever the hell you have in your life. So maybe to become rich, maybe to become like Usain Bolt, that you want to run faster, you need to work upon your body, you need to work upon your mind. But to live a truly worthwhile life, to experience life at its best, to feel the exuberance of the life, it is very important that your energy body has to become exuberant and alive. Otherwise, in spite of having everything in your life, you will realize, you can take practical examples. Lots of people are there who have everything but still feeling so depressed and anxious, and all kinds of problems are there in their life, simply because their pranic body is not exuberant. So that is the importance of the pranic body. I little bit dominated too much on the pranic body because it is something that people do not understand. It is something that people do not touch. It is something that people do not make use of. It's okay to develop your physical body, it's okay to develop your mind, but without the pranic body, you will have no sense of aliveness. You will just be a living dead. So all these three things, either it is physical body or mental body or pranic body, all these three things are physical in nature. When I say physical in nature, because they are driven from the certain memories which has been gathered over a period of time, the kind of food that you eat, the kind of surroundings that you have been living in, the kind of influences which have been there on you, according to that you develop these things in your body. So the fourth thing which comes is called as etheric body. When I say etheric body, it is something which is not dominant into the human experience, because it is like a transmission from physical to non-physical. Because these three bodies are physical in nature. If you want to do anything great in your life, if you want to living a worthwhile life, if your physical body, if your mental body and your pranic body is good enough, then you don't even need to go deeper. Your life will be fabulous. But if you want to go deeper and understand the source of creation, if you want to understand the deeper dimensions of the life, if you want to know the reality, if you want to become a truly spiritual seeker, then it is very important that you go above these three bodies. Then you go to your etheric body, which is a transmission from physical to non-physical. So the last body which is there into the human system, which is deepest in the layer, which is non-physical in nature, which is there but not there. And this body is same in every human being on the planet. And I would not say every human being, anything which has been created on this planet or even on other planets, this body is same, because this is what the consciousness means. Whether you give it all different kinds of names, you can call it God, or you can call it consciousness, or you can call it source of creation, whatever the damn thing you want to call it. But this body is called as bliss body. If this body finds expression in your life, then suddenly you will know the things that many people do not know. You will realize the things that many people do not realize. And you will know the things which are very deep into the human system, like source of creation, like consciousness, what is God. These things have just been spoken all over the places, but people really do not know the meaning. They have just read somewhere in the books or maybe in some kind of videos, but it has really not been experienced by people. So bliss body is one such thing which can make you experience the things beyond physical. So to live a worthwhile life, it is very important for you to work upon different kind of bodies. If you really want to achieve your dreams, your desires and the things, then there are different practices for that to make different kind of things work for you. So these are the 5 different layers of the human body: the physical body, the mental body, the pranic body, the etheric body, and the bliss body or the human consciousness. So to make use of these things, there are different practices, there are different yogic processes through which you can achieve higher level of consciousness, higher level of pranic system, higher level of physical body, higher level of mental body. When you work upon these things, your capacity, your ability to operate into the world will be much higher than you can ever imagine.